All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Professor Nikita. I'm 20 years old, and I've been studying an alternative form of medicine named homeopathy for over a year now. And my goal and the intention behind this channel is to take the fundamental principles of homeopathy and I explain it at a very basic level so that the people that, aren't like me who just sit in a room and, read books on this all day can also have a basic understanding of this healing art. Now, let me explain why I find one of the reasons why I find this subject so fascinating is because obviously it is an alternative form of medicine which would tie in subjects such as disease, health, lifestyle choices, diet, all that stuff, which would be logical, but it's such a universal subject, it's so interconnected with so many things that it also ties in subjects such as mythology, astrology, philosophy, a whole lot of different things, all into one subject. So for me, it feels studying homeopathy feels like I'm unraveling the secrets of the entire cosmos, And that is what I'm interested in. My own intention is to become a professional wizard, I want to be like a straight up wizard. And this is the journey that I took. Now, before I even explain what homeopathy is, let me explain the main argument that non-believers or critics bring up as soon as you mention the word homeopathy. Now, people believe it's a pseudoscientific, very sketchy form of medicine. And the argument is that homeopathic remedies become diluted to such a great extent, that after a certain period, there is not any material substance left in it. Let me explain what that argument means. Homeopathic remedies undergo a very complicated process of dilution. That basically means that one of the remedies which they use is, let's say, cactus, right? Now they're going to take one droplet of the cactus remedy, which has already undergone a very complicated process, but my point is to make it simple and understandable. So they take one droplet of that, put it into 99 drops of water distilled with alcohol. That gets stirred up, that gets shaken, and then they take one droplet out of that, put it into a new tincture with 99 drops of water distilled with alcohol. That gets shaken, then one drop gets taken out of that into a new tincture filled with 99 parts. And that process is repeated in homeopathic remedies anywhere from just a couple times up to many, many millions of times. And the argument is that according to Avogadro's law in mathematics, after the 11th, I believe it's either the 11th or the 13th dilution, I don't remember exactly, but let's say 11th, it's one of those two. After the 11th dilution, there's no material substance left in it. So that one drop of the cactus remedy at the very start, there's none of that left, right? And so the argument is that how could it possibly work? How could it be used as a healing remedy when there is none of the original substance left in it anymore as it undergoes this process of dilution? Now, in order for me to explain that, I first need you to understand a very interesting concept which was brought up by, in my opinion, the absolute top G, the absolute big G, the top G of having a big brain, named, who's a man who goes by the name of Nikola Tesla. Now, I believe personally he was the smartest guy to ever live, and he has a quote that goes, if you want to unravel the secrets of the universe, you have to think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Now, what does that mean? What that means is that everything in the universe consists of energy, frequency, and vibration. Every single atom has its own unique frequency. Every person operates at a specific frequency. Every thought you have, every emotion you feel, every word you speak, and every activity you do, food or drug that you consume, carry within it a unique vibrational frequency. I believe that is the reason why some people connect and some people don't, because everybody operates at a specific frequency, and if two people's frequency somewhat match, there is a instant connection. And it's also the reason why some people are unable to connect even if they both try. No matter how hard you try, it's impossible. You get what I mean? So everything... okay, let me also bring up a quote by Albert Einstein, which goes that... Okay, so the quote goes, concerning matter, we have all been wrong. What we have called matter is energy, whose vibration has been so lowered as to be perceptible to the senses. There is no matter. What he's trying to say is that there is no material. This glass that I'm holding up is only, I can only perceive it as a glass because the vibrational frequency has been lowered down to a state where it can take up a material form of a glass, right? Which can be perceived by human beings with, our five senses and all that, right? So let me also explain another thing that has to do with vibration, if you're new to this. Now, what I have here is a instrument for meditation called a love tuner. It is a tuning fork which is tuned to the 528 hertz frequency, which they describe as the frequency of love. Now, what this is supposed to do is open up, if you look at the human chakra system, which is our energy centers, which we have around our body, which is our electromagnetic field that the heart produces. That's what chakras are. This is supposed to open up your heart chakra. And basically, that's supposed to make you feel more connected to people and the cosmos in general, make you feel as one. And this, let me demonstrate what this sounds like for a second. Right. So it's a very high frequency. It's tied to only one frequency. And the reason why I use it for meditation is because the whole point of meditation is to still your mind, is to quiet your mind and to, become one with the cosmos, to have inner peace and stillness. And, modern life is very complicated in the sense that we're very overstimulated. We have phones and this and that, and it's difficult to achieve a state in your mind nowadays where your mind is quiet, and especially during meditation. And what this does is it helps me quiet my mind. And also something interesting about this specific frequency is that it's a naturally occurring frequency in nature. It's not a human-made frequency. The frequency gets produced by the buzzing of bees. It's the frequency of chlorophyll inside plants. It's the frequency of the sun. And what this is supposed to do is basically balance your water molecules in your body and put you into an altered state of consciousness. That's basically it. And what this all ties back to is that everything in the universe is energy, frequency, and vibration. And now let's go back to the argument that, after, a certain dilution, there is no material force left in that substance. And if you think in terms of material as a rational person would do, as, somebody studying physics or biology or medicine or, traditional medicine would assume, that would be correct. There is, as the process of dilution gets repeated, there is less and less of the material left. And so you must be thinking now, why do they do that? Why do they repeat that process? And the answer is that it becomes weaker materially, but it becomes more and more powerful energetically. So the cactus that we were talking about, that initial drop that we had in the first tincture that got basically turned into absolutely nothing as that process got repeated 1,000 times. Now, after that process got repeated 1,000 times, there's none of the actual molecules of the cactus left. So you would think it became weaker, but it actually ends up only becoming stronger because it becomes stronger energetically. A very weird concept that you must understand is that water holds on to memory. Water has memory. There has been a Japanese scientist named Masaru Emoto who has conducted exactly that experiment where he exposed water to different states. One glass, I guess, received very low vibrational music, hateful language, insults, just low vibrational things. And another glass has received, high vibrational states such as positive language, positive affirmations, prayer, and overall high vibrational words, etc. And what ended up happening is that when he used the water to water plants, the water which received negative energy, that plant didn't even grow. That plant basically died because the water was destroyed on an energetic level. You get what I mean? And the water that was used in the other plant, which has received high vibrational words, affirmations, etc., that plant grew just fine. And he looked at the water molecules and at the snowflakes which those water molecules created under a microscope, and the high vibrational ones, there the snowflakes had beautiful, correct geometric mathematical structures, which is, mathematically correct and, absolutely beautiful. However, the water which received the negative, it was all fully destroyed. It was unstructured. It was broken down on a molecular level. And that's basically the idea that water has memory, right? And what ends up happening as that process of dilution gets repeated and, keeps getting repeated is that the virtuous, which means the good, the healing qualities, the virtuous healing qualities of this cactus remedy becomes released. So it frees up the healing properties which were hidden within that drop of cactus remedy. You get what I mean? And that's the whole point. It becomes, as the process of dilution occurs more and more times, there is less material, So materially, it's less powerful, but its vibration is raised up and it becomes stronger energetically, which is why it can have a stronger curative effect on patients and heal patients at an even deeper level than the remedies which have undergone that process, less than 100 times, let's say. Yes, exactly. Let's see what I can talk about. Right. So that's basically the concept, is that homeopathy is not a material form of healing. It is an energetic form of healing. It's a very spiritual subject. Human beings are also spiritual beings, and homeopathy treats patients at a spiritual, energetic level, which is, a very complicated yet interesting thing to get into. And I think that's pretty much it for now. That could be pretty much it for now. Let me also explain another concept. If a doctor, a traditional doctor, if you come to a traditional doctor with a headache, a runny nose, and a cough, you're gonna get 3 pills. One pill is gonna make the cough go away, the second pill is gonna make the runny nose go away, the third pill is gonna make the headache go away. But what ends up happening is that you are only suppressing those symptoms. Suppression is a very destructive thing in human life and medicine in general. And traditional medicine only focuses on suppressing the symptoms which you experience. They do not even try to dig deeper to find the initial reason for the disturbance which has caused you to have the runny nose, headache, and cough, right? Whereas homeopathy, homeopaths don't just heal symptoms. The goal is to get to know the patient so well on all levels that you are able to find the correct remedy to heal the patient at the deepest level of their organism, and for healing to occur from within the body, right? So homeopathy stimulates the healing power of your own body, your own immune system, to heal itself. It navigates it into the right direction. That is a completely different topic that I'm getting into, but the concept is that homeopathy cures from the very depth and from the initial cause of disturbance, right? Whereas traditional medicine doesn't even care to go into that. They only want to quickly get rid of you by giving you this and this pill, pop them all, like rappers do these days, take all the pills, and that's going to make everything go away. When in reality, when you take those pills and the cough goes away, it may seem as if you have been cured, but what ended up happening is that the disease, the disturbance, it just went deeper into the body. It went from clear symptoms into something way deeper into the organism, which in the future is gonna, at some point, grow and develop into a new and more complicated form of disease. That is a completely different subject that I just got into, and I am not going to explain that in that video. I just wanted to make it very brief and clear. But yeah, as you can see, while I'm talking about homeopathy, I also bring up certain subjects that will have to do with spirituality, the nature of the cosmos, human nature, things like that. It's the entire cosmos within one subject. I find it incredibly interesting, and I would be very happy for you to join me on this journey of unraveling the secrets of the universe. So I plan on doing this for a while. So jump on track. And, you know, your professor over here is waiting for you to attend, the next lecture. Until then, see ya.